Hey, welcome back. And I'm just gonna go because it's about just showing up, not being perfect. So just to continue, and let me just share, this is the classroom. Let me write, oh my gosh, it's so surreal. My dad, my father, has been a teacher for 36 plus years and needs to retire. But if you were to tell me, I don't know what that was, but if you were to tell me, yo, Sonali, do you know that you are going to be teaching people about the climate and clean energy space? That you, a part of your path, is also following in your father's footsteps as a teacher. Y'all can see that? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says climate and clean energy. And over the course of time, of course, I'm going to get better at figuring out, maybe I'll put this down. We'll cut this out. But I'm going to get better at this. And this is the journey. This is what I'm talking about. And mapping this out. And yeah, man. You're gonna learn so much about myself, my teaching. But again, we're just not being perfect. We're just going. So bear with me. I have so much to say. I'm also going to be looking this way because my notes are here. But in continuation from what we talked about last time, the big why in understanding this space to be as important as it is simply, it's for the sake of our preservation, right? So that's why we need folks ourselves to come in this space, because it is our present and it will be our future economically. It will be our future when it pertaining to our health. It will be our future pertaining to generationally. It'll be our future pertaining to, our wealth, even outside of finances. I'm talking about general abundance for our communities and what that means for the generations that we birth or that will come. So it's important that we know how the opportunity here, folks. And I'm going to do this braless. I'm going to do this sometimes pantless. I'm going to just come as I am. Okay. I just want to share that there's an immeasurable range of things that you can do, that you can own. And ownership is key for our communities. When we talk about closing the economic wealth gap, that has to be through ownership. And I want you to know that, especially when it comes to this space and why it's just so imperative is that, and why it's so much for us is because this space is literally, it's so unprecedented. This is a space that is literally being created and shaped as we speak. Okay? All the rules haven't been made. The barriers haven't been set yet. They are currently as we speak. But it's such an amazing time right now to engage in this space, because there are barriers in so many different other spaces and industries that have been around for a longer amount of time than climate, we're in an unprecedented time. Like, I don't know if you also have felt the timeline shifts, you know what's happening around you, but when we talk about closing the wealth gap and we talk about what that means for us, it's a window of opportunity, okay? And that window of opportunity, for the first time in for like forever, since 400 years of systemic oppression and beyond, this climate clean energy space, because it is still being created, poses an amazing opportunity for us to get in before the rules have been set, and to create abundantly, create freely, and also to own. Why? Because when we will, and we'll talk more about this, but like when we talk about the climate and especially the clean energy space, and we'll talk too about what is clean energy, Sonali, believe me, more to come. I want you all to know that we have to build infrastructure in order to have and to live in a more sustainable future. You have to be able to, and I'll say the societies, the countries, the economies that will succeed will be able to do two things. They'll be able to both build the infrastructure and own the infrastructure. Right now, China is a great example of that. So much so that they're helping other countries around the globe build their own infrastructure. And because they have mastered, right, through being, through their own self-reliance, resilience, and ingenuity and grind, they have been able to master and to own all of these things that are needed to build the infrastructure, and while also owning it. So all of that becomes in-house. And I'm a firm believer that this can exist for our communities, starting with understanding, just understanding, and we'll get there, follow me, okay? So I want to show you all more of what you can do and all of the things more that still haven't yet to come, because this space, again, is about creation. It's about creation. And if you're able to create, you're able to own. If you're able to be in, but even before creation is awareness. So this is all about becoming aware of the opportunities that exist across all of these industries that fall within the climate space, that connect to the clean energy space, and so on and so forth. So we still, this space still needs thought leaders. This space still needs thinkers and problem solvers to come in and to literally create, to innovate, create technologies that will help us transition into this sustainable green future. And we'll also talk, be using more terminology too for you all to pick up. But we need creators. We need creators in this space to actually make it work. And we need us, because we are the best creators. Hello, we've always been. So why not us to be the people that are leading in this space? And that's what the goal is in this series, is creating, becoming aware of all the opportunities beyond your imagination, which again, our communities have always been amazing at doing, and why we need to utilize this opportunity, which is really a vessel. The environment, the climate space, the clean energy space is really a vessel a boat that is allowing us to do these things through. And I just want y'all to understand that. And people don't know, especially for us, because there's not enough of us, especially young, especially nowadays, that have been exposed to the imaginable, unimaginable, just huge range of things that we can do. And I'm talking about there's film, from photography, from data collection, from freaking agriculture, water, policy, fashion, manufacturing, deep sea diving. Did I say policy? Space. Like, there are so many industries, and we'll talk about, I have like 18 different industries on my mind that all are relevant to climate, to this climate space. Imagine the globe. When we say climate, imagine a globe, okay? And understand, when we talk about what's possible in the climate space, because it's the globe, it's all encompassing. Because it's connected to the environment, and know that the environment is literally everything, nothing is siloed. Policy and water are not siloed. We're talking about industries, okay? Space and fashion are not siloed. Everything is connected. Why? Because the environment is everything. The environment is our wealth. The environment is our health. The environment is our economics. The environment is our well-being. The environment is everything. And that is probably, I think, the most important message of this video today. The environment is everything. The environment is limitless. The environment holds all abundance. And I'll say, currently being in Uganda, all right, and major differences that exist in the West is that we underappreciate, and this is systematically, right? This is this and them in the system that do this, but we have learned through this system to underappreciate the value of the environment. Why? Because we'll talk about this more. The agenda to everything, right? To everything that we're literally even facing today, with the war, with the wars, with conflicts, has to do with the environment. Down to slavery, down to continuous systemic oppression, it's always related to the environment. So we'll stop for today, even though I didn't get to more, and I'll probably do another video. If we're able to better help our communities, and this is what will happen in this course, if we're able to better help our communities better understand that, one, we are the environment, and two, we need to build a connection back to the environment through these opportunities that have been created that will help us close this gap, right? And thinking about wealth and thinking about generations to come. We are unstoppable. We are literally unstoppable. Thank you.